Moi, mon modèle, c'est Kylie Jenner. J'ai envie d'avoir les seins comme elle.
Quand c'est injecté par quelqu'un qui ne connaît pas l'anatomie, on peut injecter dans des vaisseaux et avoir des complications très graves.
On ne peut pas promouvoir la chirurgie esthétique de la même façon qu'on ferait la promotion d'un paquet de bonbons.
Welcome to a new edition of France in Focus. I'm Nadia Sharbi. Did you know that it's in France in 1977 that liposuction was perfected? This week you join us in a Parisian clinic to put the French approach to cosmetic surgery under the knife. With 517,000 procedures each year, France ranks in 10th place, far behind the world's leading cosmetic surgery consumers that are the US, Brazil and Japan. But having said that, the country has largely contributed to the field with innovations such as the inflatable breast implant, but also the work of pioneers like the world's first female cosmetic surgeon, Suzanne Noël. But that was long before social media began to influence body image. Today, augmented celebrities and photo filters have led to a rise in demand, not without certain side effects.
They're both 20 and they both share the same dream, to change their bodies. And their desired looks are just a click away on social media.
My idol is Kylie Jenner. She's the younger Kardashian sister. I want the same breasts as her, big like this.
Nowadays, the perfect girl is a girl who has a great shape. When you're as thin as I am, it's harder to stand proud.
In accordance with French law, the girls had to wait until adulthood to go under the knife. They've both picked the same highly respected cosmetic surgeon.
So this is what you want, a significant increase in your breast size. We can't use an implant that's 15 centimeters wide on a body like yours. That wouldn't be pretty, it would hurt you, and it would age badly. They often have outlandish demands. Our job is to try and rein those demands in. We have to explain everything and try and deconstruct the patient's preconceived ideas.
Those ideas are often based on the looks of reality TV stars and influencers. In the same way that they share their holiday snaps, some idols even share their experience of surgery with their fans on Snapchat. The more followers a blogger has, the more cash they pocket. Bonjour. This YouTuber, for example, earned money from the footfall that he attracted after posting a video of a reality TV candidate's surgery. The candidate in question also bagged €6,000 from the clinic. It's a posting that he now regrets.
We
simply can't promote cosmetic surgery in this way to an age range of 11 to 17-year-olds. We can't promote it in the same way we sell sweets.
This 23-year-old clicked on an online link and booked an appointment in a Tunisian clinic to get an arm lifting. The surgery, though, turned into a nightmare, and 1 year later, the scars remain.
It's not pretty. I can no longer feel my arms or my breasts. When I tell them it's not normal and it's ugly, they say it's my body and it's my fault.
She's now spotted the surgeon responsible in a video.
This is him. And here he's having a consultation with a TV reality show candidate. In the video, he comes across as being kind, he takes his time to explain, but it wasn't like that for me. It was more like a whirlwind.
She's bombarded the surgeon with calls and messages for months, but has had no reply. Her nightmare has already cost her €7,000. She's now considering legal action.
Well, for more on France's approach to this practice, I've come to meet with leading cosmetic surgeon, Dr. Sydney Ohana. Hello, Doctor.
Hello, Nadia.
You've written a book on the history of cosmetic surgery. How would you describe France's contribution?
With this book, I wanted to talk about France's contribution, but it actually led me to realize that cosmetic surgery has always been around. 2,000 years ago, Hindus were already operating on noses. Ancient Egyptians reshaped eyelids. And when I looked into the history of the facelift and saw that Suzanne Noël, a woman surgeon, operated on actress Sarah Bernard in 1920, I thought France really deserves recognition because it dared to take the practice one step further, just after the First World War. That really was the turning point for France. After reconstructive surgery for disfigured soldiers, this female surgeon saw the opportunity to apply that know-how to beauty. And the country's contribution grew from there, including with liposuction, or this very natural facelift technique known as the soft lift. It's the French touch we've become famous for, including in the use of injectables. France is also more subtle in the use of Botox and fillers.
Now, we've seen a growing influence of social media with filters such as Snapchat, for instance. There's also more extreme surgery coming in from the US or Brazil. You mentioned the French touch there. Is that still very much what's fashionable here?
It's true that the influence of internet, of Snapchat filters and the rest is pushing young people to ask for more extreme procedures, but it's our job to put the brakes on. The big bottoms you see in the US, to name no names, are simply not acceptable here. We won't let our patients take that kind of risk. In fact, we don't do many butt implants, and certainly not big ones like that. And the same goes for breasts. Obviously, we offer implants, but smaller than the average Brazilian or American ones, and I'd say that's part of France's image.
And do people here own up to getting surgery?
The French aren't ready to be open about that yet. It's not so easy to own up to getting cosmetic surgery here, unlike in Anglo-Saxon countries where it's more accepted. There's a cultural difference, but things are changing. A handful of celebrities have admitted to going under the knife. In fact, in some cases, denial is pointless because it's very visible. Take hair implants, for instance. Denying you've had it done just exposes you to ridicule.
In 2010, there was a defective breast implant scandal here in France that actually became international. Did that have an impact on cosmetic surgery in France and perhaps even the reputation of cosmetic surgeons?
From the start, it was clear that surgeons weren't to blame. PIP was the supplier, and the implants were controlled by the relevant authorities, and then given the green light by the health ministry. So you can't expect surgeons to investigate how implants are made. That's why we have an independent chain of responsibility. But it did have a negative impact on us because it sparked concern for many of our patients who decided to have their PIP implants removed. Luckily, we came across very few cases of ruptured implants, and France's social security system covered most procedures. So the drop in demand that was fueled by that scandal was only temporary, and the number of operations has stabilized again since. Today, breast implants are the most common operation for me. I perform it almost daily.
And so would you say that France is ahead of the game regarding cosmetic surgery?
Yes, I think France is still at the top of its game, but because there are far fewer cosmetic surgeons here, around 1,000 in the whole of the country, I have to say Brazil and the US are able to contribute far more.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ohana.
Thank you.
Well, as demand grows, so does the number of practitioners, but not always within the legal framework. And turning to the internet for cut-price cosmetic treatment can also come at a cost.
We'll call her Sarah. She has more than 3,300 followers on her Instagram account. She offers lip, buttock, and breast injections, even rhinoplasties for reconstructing noses. But there's one major problem. Sarah is not a doctor. On her profile, she lists her areas of expertise: high-quality cosmetics and hair products. She takes appointments via WhatsApp and immediately offers pre-injection instructions. For the day of the appointment, Sarah provides an address in a suburb outside of Paris. She receives her patients in her own apartment. Sarah carries out corrective procedures in her living room using hyaluronic acid, a serum used as a dermal filler in cosmetic surgery. With it, she performs several types of targeted injections.
Les lèvres, le visage, les joues, les sourcils, la mâchoire, le menton, le nez. C'est de l'acide hyaluronique. Les lèvres, c'est 2 ml 250 €. Le nez, c'est 2 ml 250 €.
Just half of what most doctors charge for the same injections. But French law is clear. Only medical practitioners can carry out such procedures.
Moi, je suis pas médecin, non. Je vais essayer de sortir.
The unauthorized practice of medicine is punishable by up to 2 years in prison and 30,000 euros in fines. So how does Sarah obtain the serum? On her Instagram account, she advertises this brand of hyaluronic acid. A quick internet search confirms how easy it is to procure. Even without a prescription, anyone can order the product, and in as little as 3 days, receive a kit complete with 2 serum-filled syringes. The instructions, however, do specify that it should only be used by accredited medical professionals, like dermatologists or plastic surgeons.
Bonsoir.
This doctor regularly uses hyaluronic acid on patients, a procedure which requires specialized knowledge of the human body.
The problem is that people unfamiliar with anatomy can inject vessels, which can lead to serious complications such as necrosis or blood vessel blockages.
Undercover journalists identified nearly a dozen individuals on Instagram across France performing illegal injections, none of whom are medical professionals. Instead, they are hairstylists, beauticians, even telephone operators. And despite the risk of penalties, some even share videos of the interventions.
Non, je sens rien.
We contacted several women who paid for the amateur injections. Only one of them agreed to share her experience.
En fait, elle a commencé à m'injecter 3 couches au niveau du haut. Et là, réaction sur ma lèvre tout de suite, en fait, mais ça fait hyper mal. Là, j'ai un bleu énorme.
Health ministry officials say they only recently learned of the phenomenon and insist they will respond with stricter regulations.
And with that, we leave this edition. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to France 24.